Previously on the Frontier Farmer, we've got to switch focus to pretty much field prep for the crop we want to put in. So let's hitch up to the old girl and we'll do a nice headland, and that's all of the field ploughed up. Let's get this all covered in lime. There we go, that is cultivated. So this is a bit of a impromptu way to stone pick. So let's get this old rust bucket over to the field and get it rolled to turn into seedbed. Our first field, ploughed, limed, cultivated, stone picked, and then now rolled. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Frontier Farmer. We're now in December, and the snowfall has started. We can see the flurry that is occurring outside the log cabin. It's not set yet, so we've got a bit of time to work today, and it's mainly focused around creating a yard space because we've got all this equipment that we've purchased over the last few months that we've been here at the Dark Forest, and we need to store it somewhere safe over winter so it's not going to all get ruined. Been able to tarp up our open garden so we can continue growing potatoes through the winter, and potatoes we have got a plentiful of, so we are going to have to sell some probably next month because January is the best sell time for potatoes, so that will be perfect. But this is the area that we've elected to put our yard in, so we're going to have to clear the trees down, clear the stumps, sell and take away all of the logs, and then do some landscaping and building of some sheds, so we've got a yard. First things first, it's cutting down the trees to clear the space, and then we'll see about getting them into some sort of order, clear the stumps away, and then we'll get them loaded up and sold. So leave that with me first of all, and I'll see you when we're done. There we go. We have cut down a large amount of trees. I counted around 23, but I did lose count, so that was my guesstimate of how many trees we've cut down, but we have cleared quite a sizable space here now. We've cut the trees down, de-limbed them, and got rid of the stumps. So we should be all clear now to come and winch these into some sort of manageable position, so we can then come and load them, well, cut them first and then load them easily. So we need to jump in the farm hall and get the old winch. The snow is coming down a little bit heavier now. I'm expecting it to start setting at some point today, but maybe we'll get lucky. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, it's ever so crucial that we get the yard area cleared so we can put some sheds in place and get all of this equipment under cover. Otherwise it's really not going to do well in the springtime. It's all going to be rusted and seized up. So yeah, we really want to make sure we get it into some sort of storage. Right, I've missed a stump here, so I will clear that first of all. There we go. So when I'm in the farm hall, you can see a bit more of the scale of the area that we've cut down and how many trees we've got to contend with. There's yet another stump that I've missed. So the job for now is to bring these trees into some sort of order so we can get them loaded. So that's going to be winching and pulling. So leave that with me and I'll see you when we're done. Okay, so I think that is all the trees cleared from that space now. Just going to park up the winch and we can have a little look at how many trees we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 21, 22, 23, 24. There we go. Quite a lot of trees that we've had to cut down in only a small space. And there's a couple of little bits that just need tidying up on the limbs. And I'll get that sorted. Right, next it's over to measuring and cutting these down to 6 meters. And 6 meters is the best log size for the price, as confirmed by Nick from Steggy Poo Farms, who commented on a previous video, so thank you for that, Steggy. Right, let's get these cut up into 6 meters. Got the tape measure and the chainsaw out, so it's time to measure 6 meters or thereabouts and cut each log down. So I've given all of these logs a trim, and I'm just going to move some of the offcuts on the end up to the log cabin, and we'll probably use them for some sort of firewood. There we go, that should do for a little bit of firewood for the cabin. Popped in the Volvo because it's time to get all these logs loaded. Now we might have to upgrade some of our equipment. We could get another trailer, or I am thinking if we've got enough money that we could get a truck and a trailer that will help us cart some of these logs, but for the time being I think we will just use this trailer. And there's also a decent log fork which I think can attach to this Volvo, which might work a little bit better. So yeah, I'm going to pivot round. We'll get these bigger logs loaded up first, and then we'll get some sold, get some money, and all the money is going to help towards our yard. So let's get to loading, and I'll see you when we've made a few loads. Here we've sold our first load, and looks to be quite lucrative. We've got 15,000, so I think this 6 meters is paying off. Now I'm going to do a quick swap of log grab. I'm not going to sell the one I've got, but I am going to try a different one just to see if it's working better. So we'll get that first of all, and then I am debating, as we need quite a lot of logs to be shifted, whether we should go ahead and invest buying a truck and a trailer now so we can shift a few more logs each trip. So here's the log fork we are going to be getting. It's the Lizard Logistics Timber Jaw log fork, and it's 5,500, so not too bad. Now, by way of trucks, there was this Lizard IFA W50, and it's got 125 horsepower, so not the most powerful thing, but we can get a trailer hitch for the back, and that means that we're going to be able to pull something a little bit larger in terms of log trailers. So for $6,300 I think we are going to get this. And for trailer we're going to go for the Lizard Logistics LT699, and that is $17,200, but it should give us 2 compartments of 6 meter logs. So let's give that a go. Now here is the new log grab, and you can see straight away it is a lot bigger than the previous, so I think this is really going to help us. Let's get this back first of all, and then we can come and get the truck and the trailer. Definitely tough going working out today. I had a little trek back to our new IFA truck, so let's hop in it and take a little look. Yeah, very old style on the inside. Let's fire it up. Oh yeah, definitely an older lorry, that's for sure, and hopefully it's going to be alright to pull this fully laden log trailer. Yeah, we certainly will put it to the test, that's for sure. Right, there we go, that's hitched up. So let's head on over to the homestead, and we should be able to get our 6 meter log piles loaded onto this. Right, we can place the lorry there with the trailer and hop back in the Volvo and get to loading. Now my only worry with this was, would it go over the forks on the trailer, and it looks like it does just about. So let's open up and drop our first log in. Right, that's in. Not too bad, but I've just got to make sure I pick up the logs in the right space so I've got enough clearance to avoid hitting the trailer itself. Right, we persevere and carry on and get some more logs loaded. Okay, so that is our first load with the truck and trailer. It's not done too badly. We've been able to increase our log load from $15,000 worth to around $30,000 worth, so we've doubled the capacity. However, I would say the stability is very awkward. It seems to wobble around quite a bit, and it's also slightly too tall for the wheel loader and the log grab on the wheel loader. It often catches and it's been a little bit awkward and finicky, but we'll persevere and then we might see about getting something a bit more simple, a bit more stable, and see how that goes. But for now, because of the price and the money available to us, this is what we've got. So yeah, we'll make do for now, get the rest of these logs all loaded up, and then we should be all clear for us to create a bit of a log space. And now I did slightly damage the field that we ploughed up and rolled last time, so I'm going to have to fix that between now and when we want to get the field seed drilled. Yep, let's get all these logs loaded up. Right, just lashing up this load. Been a bit tricky getting it all loaded and it's a bit heavier. So we'll see how we get on, and I think I'm going to leave the rest of these logs here because it's not going to be a full load's worth. But I think we are going to look at converting them into firewood, which we can use in the homestead and we can look to make some money from as well. Let's get this second load to the sell point and get some money for our yard build. Just dropped off the second load and we're up to 81,000 now, but I am going to be selling this log trailer because it is very wonky, so it's just not going to fit the bill. We're going to hand it back and see about getting something else next time. That's gone. We got just shy of $14,000 back, so yeah, we did lose out a bit of money there, but nonetheless it's better that we have some decent equipment and we've got some money now where we could buy a better log trailer. Right, let's get back and we can move some logs out of the way and commence our yard build. Now I am quite happy with our truck. I think this fits the bill quite nicely, and yeah, Just looks nice. So it's time for us to collect up these logs and just set them aside because they're not good to load and sell. We're just going to use them for firewood, so we'll put them to one side for now. Let's collect them up. I think we will be making a small pile here, and we will come and draw from that when we want to get the firewood up and running. There we go. Okay, so now we can park up the wheel loader and the log grab, and we can get on to landscaping our new yard. The snow is still falling, but let's get busy and create our new yard. Okay, so we have placed some sheds, and we've got a tall, long wooden shed here. We've got a 2-bay shed here with a handy little outdoor light which should activate when it gets dark. And then we've got a 3-bay shed here. So these are all part of the same set which we've erected here, which is nice. And then here we've got quite a funky risen shed that has a upstairs for storing bales and other bits and bobs, and yeah, there's quite a bit of timber stored in here as well. But there's a couple of bays for us to store some stuff in, and there is also a garage around the back with a door. So yeah, we can keep some equipment in here nice and safe when we need to, and double entry, so we can just drive through quite nicely. That's going to suit us really well, and I think we'll take a little look upstairs, just see what's about here. There we go, so just a little landing where we could store perhaps our potatoes, so they're kept out of the elements and under cover. Very nice. So this is our firewood processing station, and we are going to use our offcuts of wood to turn that into firewood, and we'll of course use some ourselves to keep the log cabin well fired, but we will also look to sell some as well when we've got access to our requirements. So I'm just going to go grab a piece of wood and show you how it works. Something that we can lift by hand. We can place that down here, and I think we can input the log, and it now is showing that we've got 544 litres. And if we look at the production menu, we have got our firewood processing station here. it's got 544 litres of wood, and we can activate that now to turn that into firewood. It does cost us $48 per month or day in this case, but it does 576 cycles. So yeah, we should get quite a bit of firewood. We've already got 59 litres. I've just put a few more logs in, and we've got over 1,000 litres processing, and it does process very quickly. So when we've got 1,000 litres, we should be able to output a pallet. There we go, so we had 1,000 litres processed, and here is our 1,000 litres of firewood in this pallet. So yeah, we need to get something to lift that because it is rather heavy, but we can use this in the log cabin, or we can look to sell this over at the distribution centre if we need to. So next and final job for today is getting everything parked up in the new sheds that we have. So I'm going to get busy doing that, and I'll see you when we're done. So there we are. We've parked up everything nice and neatly, and I've tried to organise it as best I can. I might move a few things around just so things like ploughs and cultivators and stone clearers are next to each other, and everything to do with grass, hay and silage is kept together. And then we've got a few logging bits over here, the winch, the truck and the Volvo. There's not quite enough shed space for us to stash the Volvo wheel loader anywhere, but nonetheless it's a pretty hardy vehicle, so I think it's alright outside. But there we go, our fantastic new yard space with everything under cover now, which is fantastic. So that is it for today. It's been a very busy one getting this area all cleared, the trees processed and then taken to sell, and then the landscaping of this area. We did have a few hiccups. Obviously we had a log trailer that didn't really behave itself, so yeah, we've taken that back, and we'll be on the lookout for whatever we can use next. But next we really are going to have to step up over winter the log processing, the tree cutting, and then the actual logistics of the logs themselves. So I'm thinking, because we're going to have to clear out lots of areas of the forest to grow our homestead area and to make more fields, I think we are going to need a log processing area. So I'm going to set about creating some plans to turn the area behind our first field into some sort of log processing yard, which is going to have a few bits that are going to try and make the job a lot easier. especially considering we're on our own. We do need to make things easy for ourselves. But that is it. I hope you have enjoyed watching. If you have, remember to drop a like and a subscribe. And if you've got any tips, tricks or things you'd like me to do, then feel free to leave a comment. But that's it for now on the Frontier Farmer, and I hope to see you again next time. Cheers all. Bye bye.